Hey everybody. Um, Thanks for coming back, or if you're new, welcome to Environmentally Sound. This is a video diary for myself to talk about human design, sometimes more specifically mental projectors, and my life and how I experiment with it in my life and how everything is going. So lately we've just kind of been talking about the mechanics of human design and what separates certain types from the other. And today I wore this shirt, to-do list, nothing, because I wanted to talk about energy. More specifically, the energy to do life, the energy to have a job, to raise a family, to achieve things, to move about the world physically. This is a big deal. I mean, this is what life is. It's the energy for life. So some of us have consistent access to this. This is my tea. Those being generators and manifesting generators have consistent access to sacral energy, and that's energy for life, which means they're here to work, doing what they love. They're here to use all of their energy during the day, sleep, recharge their battery, and do it again. One of the first things I would look at if I were a sacral being, generator or manifesting generator, and I was having trouble sleeping, I would make sure that I was using up all my energy during the day, my physical energy. A lot of generators need to work out fairly frequently just so that they can get a good night's sleep. And you can experiment with what this looks like for you if you are a generator or a manifesting generator. It might simply just be like an evening walk or something to kind of just use it all up before you go to bed. So that's kind of the gist of the sacral. Now, the non-sacral is a little bit more, I wouldn't say complicated. There's just more ways to go with this, I guess. More gray area. So non-sacrals, projectors, manifestors, and reflectors. These are all energy types, by the way. If you don't know your energy type, go to mybodygraph.com or any site that lets you do it for free. There's a lot, and get your chart. Anyway, so manifestors, projectors, reflectors are non-sacral. This means we have an undefined sacral center, and we have undefined access or inconsistent access to life energy. That sounds scary, right? How are we supposed to live? How are we supposed to exist in this world, on this plane? Well, I don't necessarily know if we're supposed to exist on this plane because we're special mental projectors. But anyway, so how are we supposed to exist if we don't have the energy to do life? Right? It feels heavy. It feels like, okay, well, what the hell am I supposed to do? Well, first of all, many projectors are so efficient and so productive that they run circles around their sacral being friends or family and just do a ton of stuff all day. To-do lists. Just grow and grow and grow. And they can get frustrated when it seems like they're trying to do as best they can, keep us up as best they can, and they can't. And it gets frustrating, and it's like, why can't I keep up? Why do I feel so exhausted? Why do I have so much to do today, and I just can't find the energy for it? You're inconsistent in that manner, which means some days you have it and some days you don't, and there's really no predictor of when that will happen. Sometimes if you pay attention to your environment, particularly if you're a mental projector, if you pay attention to your environment and the people you're around, those things can tire you out more if they're not aligned with you. So yes, there's things that can suck your energy more as a projector, but in general, your energy levels are inconsistent. This just means you should take a lot of breaks, and they can look or feel however you want them to be. They can be locked in the bathroom for 5 minutes. You can go for a walk outside. Maybe a break for you is your favorite bookstore, or maybe a break for you is chatting to your friend on the phone. Just it helps if you're alone-ish. If you need to talk, obviously, talk to somebody, but breaks can help if you can be alone, even if that means just going into the other room. And they don't have to be long, and they don't have to be planned. It can just be, oh, I need to take a break. And this is a big key. You don't necessarily have to feel tired or like you need a break. You just should take it no matter what. This was a big one for me was, well, I don't feel tired. I don't feel like I should take a break. And I was also afraid that if I took a break, I wouldn't go back to whatever it is I was doing. I would be done and I couldn't go back. Like, to me, a break sounds like a nap. And for naps for me are not, they're not good. I don't nap. I'm not a napper. I sleep pretty good at night. Napping for me, just, I wake up and feel very groggy and weird. And like, I just wasted so much time and I don't feel energized. I don't feel like I can do anything. I just feel tired but awake. And my husband, who is a generator, can take a 20-minute nap. He can even do this thing where he'll go and lay down and close his eyes. He's like, I'm not napping. I'm just going to close my eyes for a little bit. And like sit up and get up in like 15 minutes and feel much better. And I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. So obviously I don't force myself to nap, but I do force myself to take breaks. So take breaks. If you have to schedule them in order to do them, go with that. Whatever it is, however it looks like. If you want a lot of little breaks in your day or a couple of big ones, whatever, like just take breaks. No matter what you do for work, even if you have a traditional 9-to-5 job and you're a projector, you can take breaks. Obviously, I mean, legally, I think they have to give you like 2, and then you have a lunch break, and then you can take bathroom breaks. Just try to leave. Whenever you can, try to leave the spot, leave the place, even if it's to go to your own car. That's what I used to do when I had an office job for a short period of time. I didn't want to go and spend money for lunch because most of my coworkers went out to eat every single day, and I just thought that was a huge waste of money. So I would bring my salad and I would go into my car, and I wouldn't sit in the parking lot of my work and eat. I would drive to an adjacent parking lot of a different office so that I wouldn't have to see no one would see me. I was embarrassed that someone might see me sitting in my car eating my salad that I knew. So I was like, I'll just go over here. Nobody over here knows me. No one will see me. And it felt like such a big break because I was in my car. There was nobody around because it was lunchtime. So everybody was gone. And it was quiet. I could listen to music if I wanted to. I could read my book if I wanted to. It was just nice. And when I first started working at this place, I ate in the office. I would eat in the office. Nobody would be there, just be me, and I would just be eating. And it was okay. I mean, no one was there, I guess, but I was still in that environment of this is the office. Phones were still ringing. I just wasn't answering them. So yeah, take yourself out of the place wherever you're at when you take a break. If you need to step away, physically step away from the thing, the stuff, just give yourself some space, some objectivity, and that will help bring you back with like fresh eyes and fresh energy. And this has actually worked for me. Like I said, I was afraid if I took a break, that would be the end of my day and I would just be in a permanent break mode until I went to sleep. But no, I've been able to actually go, okay, you have 15 minutes to take a break, decompress with your show or do some yoga or go for a walk. And then I would come back and I would continue. It didn't all crumble. I was able to handle it. So hooray. So if that's like a fear of yours that breaks will slow you down too much and then you won't be able to come back in with the same amount of energy, just experiment with it. And I bet you'll be surprised with how much energy and freshness you have after you've taken the break. So breaks, big, huge deal if you have a non-sacral energy, projectors, manifestors, reflectors. If you work from home or if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're home most of the time, this still applies to you. You still need breaks. This means leaving the home. And like I said, this can mean just stepping outside and taking a few breaths of fresh air. If you actually cannot leave your home, if you absolutely cannot, step into a bathroom and close the door. Just separate yourself for a few moments. Even if you don't have kids, and let's say you have pets, their energy affects you. So try to get to a place where you're not around them for just a little bit. I know it sounds weird, but sometimes I take walks completely by myself. Usually I have a dog, but sometimes I take walks completely by myself, and they're totally different. It's a completely different experience because I'm not responsible for anything. I'm literally putting one foot in front of the other. I don't have to look or take care of anything else. It's just me. And it's kind of crazy. So be alone, take your breaks. And this is a big piece. Have compassion and awareness for yourself, because some days you're just not going to have it. You're going to have a to-do list of 10 million things to do. You're going to wake up early and be like, all right, let's go. And it's not going to go the way you wanted it. You're going to start your first one and you're going to hit a snag. Something's going to distract you and you're going to have to do something else. Sooner or later during that time, you're going to look at the list and go, I'm not going to complete this list. There's no way I'm going to complete this today. And that can be very humbling and kind of a bummer of like, oh, I don't have the energy that I thought that I did. I can't finish all these things. It's okay. You'll be all right. Most of the things on our to-do lists are not as time sensitive as we make them out to be. My advice for you is to do the time sensitive things or the hardest things first. Just recognize that you're not going to finish your to-do list. Just realize every day when I look at my list, I'm like, this is a suggestion of what I'm going to try to do today. I'm probably not going to get to all of it. I've really let myself off the hook. I've been working on making shorter to-do lists. They've gotten longer recently, so I need to go back to actively paying attention and going, okay, put 3 things on your list for today. And that sounds like nothing, and I might fly through those things. But then there's other stuff I can do. There's other stuff I can work on, because I don't just have daily lists. I have weekly lists. I have monthly lists. I have a lot of lists, which isn't really aligned with my energy. So the best way for me to work on this is to shorten my lists and to be okay that I don't get everything done, to be okay that there's stuff I didn't cross off, and to start my day knowing that that will most likely be the case, and to accept it and just look at my list and then use my ajna and my prioritizing and go, okay, what do I have the energy to do right now? What can I do right now without even thinking about it? Go. And then before I know it, my laundry's folded. Before I know it, the dishes are done, because I didn't go, oh, okay, well, it's going to take me 10 minutes to do the dishes and then 15 minutes to this one. And trying to figure out the order. Just pick something and start. And then give yourself a pat on the back for doing such a good job with your to-do list, because you're doing your best. I feel like that's a good amount to say about sacral energy and how it can really make you feel less than, or like you're not worthy of this life because you don't have the energy to give 110% every day to achieve, and leap and strive for your goals. This is all okay to want these things, but it can be unrealistic to try to keep up with all of the other sacral beings. The majority of the world is generators and manifesting generators, and the rest of us are just trying to keep up. So if you let yourself off the hook from having to keep up with these people, you open up so much of yourself energetically to be who you're supposed to be. As projectors, that's guides. As manifestors, that's the initiators, the start. As reflectors, you're the mirror, you're the barometer of who we are. So you can't do these things if you're worried about when you're gonna do the laundry or how you're just gonna get everything done. Delegate if you can. Have compassion and acceptance for yourself. And for all my non-mental projectors, if you have a motor, a defined motor, there's 4 motors in the body graph. You're what's called an energy projector. So that's root, solar plexus, heart, and sacral. Obviously, you won't have the sacral if you're a projector. You just don't. So the other 3 you can have defined as a projector. And this can give you sort of a boost. This can be like, oh, I can actually get more done than the traditional projector, which is correct. But you also have to be hyper aware, because this energy type in particular is prone to burnout, because you have that motor that can push you to go, that can get you to do things for longer periods of time without breaks, that can get you to move faster than you ever thought that you could. This is wonderful. But if you don't take breaks and you ignore the fact that you're a projector and you're not here to work, burnout is imminent. So I think that's all I've got for energy. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. Subscribe to our channel, and I will see y'all later.